I am gonna run you through the 5 mistakes I wish I hadn't committed for the first 5 years of working. According sa research, 72% ng mga tao ang nagsisisi sa mga pagkakamaling nagawa nila sa unang taon ng kanilang pagtatrabaho. Ang masakit, hindi na sila nakaalis sa pagsisisi. At ang masaklap, hindi nila namamalayan na paulit-ulit na nilang ginagawa yung pagkakamali. Sounds familiar? Tara, pag-usapan natin. Mistakes number 1. If I in doubt, I log out. Pero hindi to literally speaking ibig sabihin lang nito na kapag ka tinatamad ako, I'm not in the mood, I always wanted to be absent. So magsisend ako ng message sa boss ko, sasabihin ko, I'm not feeling well, pero technically, wala naman talaga akong sakit. Ang may sakit sa akin, yung katamaran ko. Kasi ayoko talagang pumasok. Sometimes, hindi naman ako nag-a-absent kapag I'm not in the mood. Kaya lang, nalilate pa rin ako dahil I tend to procrastinate. So meaning, babagalan ko yung kilos ko, hindi ako papasok ng maaga. So therefore, late ako. In the first 2 months of working sa unang-unang call center na pinasukan ko, honestly, lahat na ata ng dahilan na ibigay ko. Totoo pala yung kasabihan na isang track yung reason mo kasi feeling ko nung time na yun, nagawa ko talaga lahat yun. That's what I felt nung panahon na yun. Lahat na ata ng alibi, lahat na ata ng reason na ibigay ko na sa manager ko. All for the benefit of maka-absent dahil tinatamad ako. Imagine, pinagdadasal ko yung trabaho na yun. Tapos, nung nandun na ako sa trabaho na yun, biglang ganun lang yung attitude ko towards work. Nung nag-third month ako, naisipan kong ayusin yung attendance ko. I decided lumipat malapit doon sa pinagtatrabahuhan ko. And then, 3rd, 4th, and 5th month, honestly, wala na ako naging absent at hindi na rin ako na-late. But, I guess, my best wasn't good enough. Hindi rin ako na-regular. Masakit, nakakainis, kasi hindi ako na-regular kahit na ginawa ko na yung best ko on my 3rd to 5th month. A week after sinabi sa akin na hindi ako mariregular, nag-sink in sa akin na wala na akong trabaho. And then I promised to myself na the next company that I'm gonna be working with, aayusin at pagbubutihin ko ang attendance ko. And that's what happened. And kahit na yun ang nangyari sa unang-unang trabaho ko, I believe talagang may reason kung bakit kailangang mangyari mga ganung pagkakataon. Because I've learned a lot of things from that company and from that mistakes that I have committed. And from there, marami ako natutunan at nagawa ko yung mga dapat kong gawin dun sa sumunod kong trabaho. Number 2 mistakes, impulsive buying. I often read sa mga social groups na nakikita ko ang mga katanungan na ito. Paano ba mag-ipon? Ano kaya ang pwede kong gawin para makapag-save? 5 years na ako nag-work sa ganitong trabaho at kumikita naman ng ganito, pero bakit wala pa rin akong ipon? May mga tao pa nga na talagang binibigay nila lahat ng expenses nila in order for them to get ideas kung paano sila makakapag-ipon. And how I wish may mga ganitong bagay noon na alam ko. Kasi honestly, from the first 5 years of working, nung nagkapera talaga ako, hindi ko alam kung paano mag-ipon. Akala ko noon, kapag ka-stress ako, pumupunta ako sa mall, and then I ended up buying something. Either pants, damit, or sapatos. Kaya if someone is asking me kung magkano na ang ipon ko, isa lang ang sagot ko, 12 pares ng sapatos. Kasi gusto ko talaga ang shoes back then. Kaya lang, I ended up not having any savings at all. Kapag ka nai-stress ako, nakikita ko yung sarili ko sa loob ng mall. I feel that that is my comfort zone. Yung every time na pupunta ako sa loob ng mall at may mabibiling something, akala ko okay na ako. Pero deep inside, hindi pala. And that is why I ended up not having any savings from the first 5 years of working. And then, I remember the time na naging sales coach ako and talagang yung trabaho na yun sobrang stressful para sa akin. Bakit? Kasi that was also the first time na hindi lang ako nag-reach ng goal para sa sarili ko, but instead, nagre-reach ako ng goal para sa company at para sa mga tao na hinahawakan ko. That is why, yung trabaho na yun para sa akin was very stressful. That's why I ended up going to the mall, buying new shoes, buying anything that I can buy nang hindi pinag-iisipan kung ano yung magiging budget ko at expenses. The worst thing happened was, nakalimutan ko na rin mag-budget para sa sarili ko, yung mga expenses ko sa bahay, bills that I have to pay, as well as the things na kailangan ko i-provide sa family ko. Kaya, dumarating yung point na kailangan ko mangutang para lang sa pamasahe ko. Imagine that. Yung bagay na akala ko makakatanggal ng stress ko, yung pala yung bagay na makaka-add pa sa stress ko. Dahil nga I ended up not having any budget at all, nagkakautang pa ako. That is why, again, it's okay for you to love yourself. Tama yun, because we wouldn't be able to give anything that we don't have. Paano nga naman natin maibibigay yung love kung hindi natin mahal yung sarili natin, di ba? Lahat ng bagay na sobra ay masama. Which means, kailangan i-balance mo rin yung mga bagay. And this is the reason why I am discussing this mistake that I have committed from the past. Kasi naniniwala ako that someone will be able to learn the beauty of saving. Hindi naman masama bumili ng mga bagay na gusto nating bilhin, especially if we have the means to purchase it. What we don't want to happen is we're purchasing something na hindi natin kailangan and then we're gonna end up na walang pera. According to the Conscious Vibe website, this phenomenon is called impulsive buying, which will end up to financial stress, cluttered homes, and cluttered lives. Kung sa tingin mo nandito ka sa sitwasyon na to ngayon, go ahead, pause this video, think and reflect. Start to plan ahead as you may be draining your budget without you knowing it. Sabi nga, yes, love yourself. And loving yourself includes disciplining yourself. Sabi nga, lahat ay permissible pero hindi lahat beneficial. At according yan kay Paul sa Bible. Number 3 mistakes. I didn't plan nor save for my travel. Kailangan mo talagang mag-travel, whether it is international or domestic. Bakit? Kasi with all of the things na ginagawa natin everyday, nagtatrabaho ka sa labas, nagtatrabaho ka sa bahay, may business ka man or wala. Why am I saying that this is one of the mistakes? Dahil sa sobrang busy ko, I just found out na 10 taon na pala, hindi ako nakapag-travel man lang. Only because wala naman akong budget for that, hindi ako nakapag-ipon, and hindi rin ako nag-plan na mag-travel. And then I just found myself na pagod na ako sa kakatrabaho. And then, way back 2015, napag-desisyonan ko na pumunta sa isang lugar dito sa Pilipinas, which was Cebu. And simula nun, talagang pinangarap ko na laging mag-travel and mag-recharge kasi nakakatulong yun for me. Not only for my job, not only for removing my stress, but also for my mental health. Remember that this is what you deserve and always consider yung number 2 ha, kasi baka travel ng travel tapos wala naman tayong ipon. To do this, start saving at least 100, 500 pesos. May nagturo sa akin, yung friend ko, like, ituturo din namin yan sa inyo. Tinuruan niya ako kung paano makakapag-save sa isang travel. So what she told me was, kailangan meron kang isang garapon. And then yung garapon na yun or jar, lalagyan mo siya ng label for travel fund. Anything like sukle, 200 pesos, 100 pesos, kahit barya, nilalagay ko doon. And because of that, makakapag-book ka ng ticket, magagamit mo yung money na yun sa mga expenses mo while you're traveling. By doing that, you can also trick your brain that there is an upcoming vacation. And mas dadamihan mo pa yung sipag, mas gagalingan mo pa sa work, kasi alam mo, at the end of the day, meron kang paparating na vacation. Hindi ka ma-burn out, may iwasan ng stress, at pwede ka maging fresh. And this is what we have covered so far. Number 1, refrain from being late or absent sa work. Number 2, do not buy the things that you don't need. And number 3, plan your vacation, save for it, para na rin sa overall mental health. Number 4 mistake, I started to compare myself to my classmate and colleague. Did you know that according to Thomas Masweiser, a professor of organizational behavior, describes comparison this way? It is one of the most basic ways we develop an understanding of who we are, what we're good at, and what we're not so good at. Nung umatin ako ng graduation, nung una, okay lang. I'm happy. Ang saya-saya ko, nakita ko sila. Medyo naiyak kasi syempre yung umaakyat pala talaga sa stage, nakakaiyak yung part na yun. And then reality bites. I started to compare myself to them. So insecurities started to creep in. And because of that, dahan-dahang naapektuhan yung performance ko sa trabaho. Noong una, hindi ko malaman kung ano yung root cause kung bakit ako nagkaka-anxiety, kung bakit ako nai-stress, kung bakit ako napipressure, kung bakit hindi ko nagagawa or na-achieve yung performance na dapat kong magawa. And ang worst, hindi na ako masaya. And the reason why I'm sharing this to you, it's because you may not know the reason why kung bakit mo nararamdamang ma-depress, magkaroon ng anxiety, ma-stress. Alam mo ba na one of my classmates told me nung bigla silang bumisita sa bahay ko noon, sabi niya, alam mo Rose, buti ka nga eh. Ang dami mo nang na-achieve, ang dami mo nang natutunan, marami ka nang nalaman sa pagtatrabaho, samantalang kami nag-start pa lang mag-apply. And that statement woke me up. Yun talaga yung nagpagising sa akin na parang hindi ko pala dapat kinukumpara yung sarili ko kasi kahit sila, natutuwa pala sila sa na-achieve ko. And I'm really thankful dahil sinabi yun ng kaibigan ko. Sabi nga, lahat ng bagay may reason and siguro yun yung reason kung bakit sila pumunta sa bahay noon. My ultimate takeaways are, be thankful and do not complain on whatever things that you don't have yet. And last but not the least, my number 5 mistakes is, I let my work metrics stress me out. Sabi ng mentor ko noon, if I'm stressed, okay daw yun. Ibig sabihin, I'm doing something or meron talaga akong pinagpufukusan. Pero, ang hindi maganda is when you let your stress works on you. At yun yung nangyari sa akin. And I allowed my stress to overwhelm me. At yun yung nag-cause sa akin ng reflux at maraming pimples. Kasi every time na hindi ko nahihit yung metric or yung goal ko sa work, na-stress ako. According to a study, one of the reasons why people get burned out, stressed, depressed, get mad, and easily getting irritated, it's because of the metrics that they needed to hit at work. Whatever metric would it be. Maybe it is a sales goal, maybe it is a quota na minsan sobrang hirap ma-achieve, and therefore, nag-end up na lang ang isang employee na mag mag-resign or lumipat ng ibang company. And that is why during those early years na nag-work ako, hindi ko talaga maiwasan na mapanaginipan ko na yung trabaho ko. And believe it or not, I had nightmares at ang kasama nung nightmares na yun ay numbers na kailangan ko ma-hit. This is the reason why everything that I have mentioned from mistakes number 1 to 4 are all connected. Did you notice that? And that is why stress overall will impact everything. Your motivation, your inspiration, even yung gana mo sa trabaho. It will also impact how would you like to achieve your dreams. Hence, you need to plan ahead on how to overcome your stress and fatigues by spending some time with your loved one, with your family, with yourself. And just simply get away from anything that is related sa work and business mo. Remember, you deserve to treat yourself well. So those are the mistakes I wish I hadn't committed for my first 5 years of working. And I hope you were able to learn something from those mistakes because I believe that learning from other people's mistakes will make us wise. Let me know in the comment section below which of this mistake resonate you the most. You can also watch other videos in this channel and you can give yourself a treat. Remember that everyone deserves to be treated well, and that includes yourself.